Welcome back, guys. So, I was getting a bit frustrated on the last Ultimate campaign, chasing men around where they were basically shattered, and it was starting to really frustrate me. So, there was quite a few things that I wanted to try out, and so I decided to start the Ultimate campaign again. In fact, what I've done is I've carried it on from my naval guide. So the first half of the campaign is basically my naval guide. So if you wanted to watch that first, then by all means go for it. But I have just started the battle with Boston. So we haven't done any land combat since the beginning of the game. And you're probably wondering, well, how on earth have you managed to get such a large army? And I've figured something out. Well, say I figured something out. Someone told me on Discord that you can actually sell your ships that you capture. I've captured so many ships. You would have thought I'd have figured it out myself, but I didn't. So basically, well, I'll show you after the battle how you do it. But basically, you just double click on the ship, and then it opens the ship details up, and then you can scrap the ship. Well, you can disband the ship, send it to your stock, and then sell it in the market. And they sell for a shitload of money. And you can also sell the guns as well, which sell for a load of money. So I basically went and used my first rate to capture a load of ships, and then sold them all and built up a massive army with the money. So here we are, about to take on Boston before we've done any previous fighting. And for some reason, they've split their force in half and put half in Middlesbrough. So they've only got 5,500 here and 5,500 in Middlesbrough. So I think you probably need Providence to be able to get them to split the force in half. Then put all your troops in Providence, and they don't know which of the two places you're going to attack, so they split them in half. So I've been basically I in the last Ultimate campaign I was getting tons of friendly fire from my cannons, absolute tons of it, and so what I started doing was putting the cannons at the front. Now it means that the cannons are going to get damaged, but they're actually really, really resilient. They can take a hell of a lot of punishment. And the weird thing is, as well, they seem to replenish up to 100 men after every fight. You lose the number on your global map division, and it never replenishes. So the losses that you take are permanent. You can't replace them. But you don't take any penalty during the fight. Oh, did I forget to move him? Forgot to move a cannon unit. Oh well, looks like I'm going to lose a cannon unit. What are you doing? You're going to take a canister to the face. You need to move. So as you can see, we take loads. Why are you still running in? I've just told you to back away. You take absolutely loads of friendly fire, but as you saw there, it wipes out the horses really quickly. So putting a unit up front like this is actually a really good thing to do when there's horses around. Just one unit though, not loads. So it was a shame that it was the cannons and not an infantry division, but it worked out really well. It's dealt with the pesky horses. So a bit fortunate there. Looks like there's another one here that I've left out front. So what I've done is I've just put all of the cannons at the front and then a line of infantry behind. And then we can move the infantry forward if we want. So if it looks like we need to do some emergency saving of the cannons, then we can just move them forward. But obviously they get canister off and everything when they're at the front, which is epic. Unfortunately, we've left the cannons behind when we retreated. We'll have to remember to pick them up. Don't know if it matters if you pick them up or not, but I think it does for the player, just not for the AI, which is rather annoying. So yeah, as you can see, we are taking a few casualties on the cannons, but they're doing so much damage with the canister. Because if you put an infantry in front, they only shoot canister if they get into melee. But they seem to shoot canister not all the time. So like he shot canister, but he isn't shooting canister, so well, he did shoot some canister then. So they do need to be basically shooting at you for you to be able to use canister. But cannons are replaceable. So I don't know how I've ended up with these massive divisions. I think it's because I joined them in a brigade. What? They've run away! 5,500 men have run away from Boston. What is going on? It must be. They must have some reinforcements that haven't. No. No, I don't think they have. What's going on there? I might run out, see if I can catch the cannons. Why on earth have they all just run away? Well, I've never seen that at Boston against 5,500 men before. Sometimes you have to take them all the way down to like 1% health before they retreat. That's ridiculous. What on earth is that all about? Looks like they've got some men back here. Don't know why they don't all rout. Sometimes you get these ones that just stick around. But we haven't found the cannons, unfortunately. But we can take some of these out. I think I'm out of range of my cannons. But let's just tell them to hold fire just in case. Yeah, that was incredibly strange. I wonder if it's got something to do with having these giant divisions. Having 300 men divisions might have scared them off. But I don't know if this has been changed, or if for whatever reason I didn't figure it out on my first playthrough. But on my first playthrough, I wasn't able to put a cannon unit on the Fusiliers in any slot apart from the final slot, which meant that you needed to have 5 Fusiliers per 1 cannon. Now, in this playthrough, I'm able to put it in the 4th slot like you can with the militia. So you need 2 less Fusiliers per cannon, which is great because I love cannons, as you can tell, with a gigantic line of them. So for me, I was using just militia in my last ultimate difficulty playthrough. Now, militia are garbage, but I was only using them as cannon fodder, so I could field as many cannons as I could. Now, I know you can take cannons without even needing to add a militia, but obviously they do need some protection, and the militia take less officers and a lot cheaper. So because I was going for a cannon build, surely they can't escape from that. They're surrounded. So because I was going for a cannon build, I didn't really care who the cannon fodder was. How can they push out of that? The retreat mechanics in this game are ridiculous. So yeah, I didn't really care who of my men were getting shot, so because I was focusing my main damage with my cannons, which is why I was using militia. But militia are garbage in comparison to fusiliers, and now I've found out that you only need 3 fusiliers per cannon. I've decided to go down the fusilier path, and because I've found out that you can sell the ships that you capture, I've now actually got the funds available to be able to do that. So yeah, Navy is the way to win, basically. If you don't get a Navy, you can't really afford half of the stuff you want, because you need to steal ships and sell them. You don't have to, obviously, but you can amass a much larger army, and you don't run into money troubles as long as you can keep your Navy rolling. Now, there is a mast bug, but I'm not sure if it's a bug, you know. I think it might be when you run out of cash. Because I've had it once, and it was when I had no cash, when I hadn't sold all my ships. So I've got 70,000 gold at the moment from all the ships that I've been selling. Not only have I got all that, I haven't sold any of the cannons. I've got 162 6-pounders, 104 12-pounders. So if I wanted, I could sell these and get another 11,000, another 17,000. So I've got 28,000 just there. Another 16, that's 44,000. Another 18, so I've got another 62,000. So technically I've got 130,000 gold at the moment. Oh god, 130,000 gold. That's just something you dream about. 145,000 gold. So yeah, building up your navy and stealing ships is the way to go. And God knows why they just retreated then. That was weird. That was really strange. But I have got some 32-pounders. So yeah, basically you double click on the ship and then it opens up the unit tab. Right, I don't think I can put 32-pounders in this slot, no. So I've already got the best gun. If you steal ships, they already come equipped with the best guns as far as I'm aware. So yeah, all you do is you hit this button here. I'm not going to do it now, because obviously I want these ships. So you hit them buttons there, then they just go to your market, and then you can sell them. And then once you sold them, you get all the guns, and then you can sell the guns. Now, one thing that I don't think you can do, I might just not have figured it out, but I don't think you can transfer a ship from your storage into the sea. So if you scrap one of these, not scrap it, but disband it, I don't think you can send it back out again. I just think it's something they haven't implemented yet. So make sure you don't accidentally send your first rate into your storage. Oh dear. But yeah, this is crazy. Having this much money, having this large an army, and having these flee at Boston. What is going on? So we are all the way up to September. So basically what I was doing, somebody told me, one of the devs told me, that if you don't kill many enemies, you don't get a naval invasion. Because I couldn't figure out why one of the people on Discord was saying that he doesn't ever get naval invasions until after winter. I'm like, what are you on about after winter? I always get them in October. After winter? Why am I getting them in October and he's not getting them until after winter? So yeah, apparently it's because I was killing too many enemies before winter. So if you're worried about naval invasions, just don't kill. Oh damn it! They've stolen Hartford while I was doing this. I brought all my men over basically. So yeah, just don't kill many enemies, and you don't get a naval invasion. So you can spend your time building up your navy. Don't really worry about your land-based units. You need enough to be able to defend. You need about 2,000 in each city. Now, so far, I've only needed to protect Hartford and Providence. They seem to completely ignore Leicester for some reason, and they weren't going for Newport either. So you just need about 2,000 men in both of these cities, and then just build your navy up, and then gather a ton of cash, and then recruit a ton of units. This is the other thing with the navy. I'm pretty sure this is a bug, but it might not be. If you have a look down here, we've got 4,100 recruits available. Now, it always happens in the port that you dock your ships at. They seem to get loads and loads of recruits at the port that you've got your ships docked at. I've no idea if this is intentional or not, but I think it's meant to be sailors to man the ships, but you can recruit them as soldiers. So, yeah, that's another reason that you want a navy. So you get a shit ton of troops that you can recruit. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Right, well, I need to go and take Hartford back again. Now that we've dealt with Boston. But I just wanted to show you a few things that I've picked up since doing quite a bit of playtesting. So I'm not really going to carry on this campaign. Or I might do, I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Because I'm still just playtesting at the moment. And at the moment I want to playtest the naval invasion stuff. Because that is the thing that seems to be the hardest challenge to deal with. So I want to see if you don't do any combat, you don't get the naval invasion. So I'm probably going to reload the save before this so I haven't done any damage to Boston. I was just curious to see if I could win the battle. Not only could I win the battle, they bloody run away. How strange is that? So yeah, only a short video, but hopefully there's a few things in here that you might have learnt. So cheers for watching, take care, and I shall see you soon.